What's up, everyone? Welcome to game 45 of Gaia Chess Training Arc. Let's begin. Our internet seems to have came back for now. Very weird outage earlier. This guy's rated very low. They've given me a few low pairings recently, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So d4, d6. I've noticed the higher I climb, the less people that play d5 against me, which sucks because that's kind of the bread and butter of my opening. But at least in this situation, I could still play my opening. So we're still going to play bishop g5, still going to have that annoying pin on him. I don't think it changes too much from the fact that he went d6 as opposed to d5. He might try to cheese me with like a c6 right here and try to get the queen on a5, but I can still retreat my bishop for now, so it's not really an issue. Plus, if he does too many pawn moves, I'm just going to crush him in development. Did I get from Russia? Yeah. Yeah, we're in the final stretch right now, but it's still going to be a tough battle to get to 1600. I'm not sure if I'm going to do like a blitz speed run after this on the Gaia account or a bullet speed run or something, but going to take a little bit of a break from the regular Gaia climbing to get some shorter games in. This guy still hasn't made a move number 2. He isn't disconnected either. Well, while we're waiting, I might as well go over the moves that can be played. So if the bishop goes here or here, pretty certain the move that I want to play is going to be c3. Reason for that being he's no longer guarding the b7 square, so I can slide my queen in there. Also, if he chooses to go to this square, I could eventually sneak my bishop over here on d3, which just kind of negates his square. And normally, even though you want to hold on to your light square bishops, in this instance, I think it would be perfectly okay to trade him off. If he goes here, then obviously once I move my queen, I want to get my bishop here, so he can't move to that square. Some other possibilities, we might just get the knight right here. That's just going to be the standard Trumpowski opening, except we see d6 instead of d5. I don't think that really will change anything. I probably would just capture at that point. Something else we might see, of course, we always can get these options, h6 and f6. So the reason why I wouldn't want to go... Wait, would I want to go here? No, I would not want to go here if he pushes this, because then we'll get this move, and I have to concede the center. And that's not a whole lot of fun. So I'll go here if he pushes here. Obviously, if he pushes here, I still maintain, because that shows that he's uncomfortable. And then we'll have to force like a g5 out of him at that point. Some other moves. Yep, so he's going for the cheese. But the cheese doesn't work because it can always go right back. So I'm just going to kind of ignore that and just keep developing. Not only that, but it also protects the bishop just in case I do choose to So an interesting idea that I'm thinking of is if he pins me and then he goes for this check. This is technically hanging. Because say I like block like this or something. Then he takes my bishop, I take his queen, he takes my queen, and I do recapture his bishop, but It's going to be at the cost of having a king that cannot castle anymore. So a few trade-offs. I think instead what I want to do is play c3. If he plays this, as discussed, just because then I can sneak my queen here. I'm never really getting pinned by him. Let's look up our opponent. He's moving awfully slow. For some reason, he only made 3 moves this game. And he just never moved again. Maybe he is battling some sort of connection issue, but I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, knight f6. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced that's the move you want to go with. Of course, I could just capture it, and then he'll have a lot of pawns that were moved, but not two exceptionally good squares. I could also put my knight on d2, just go crazy up in development. Knight d2 looks very good, but if knight d2, then we're probably going to see the queen come here, which I'll just back up with the rook. That might be okay. I got a few choices. I think that what I like more, though, is development over destroying pawn structures. Let me go knight d2 from b1. So he goes for the pin. But honestly, that pin doesn't really worry me. I think I'm just going to do like we discussed. Just going to play c3 here, get the queen to b3, and we should be good to go. So I have an interesting idea. If he plays h6, if I just go queen b3, let's say he accepts it, I take. This check would be pretty brutal. I could also just take with a knight. So the way that he protects that, probably going to be bishop going back, in which case I take this pawn, and the rook's hanging. So in order to save the rook, knight's got to go here or here. This is, of course, not an option, because I'll just take it, so he has to go here. So when he goes there with the knight, I essentially got, what, 2 pawns for my bishop? I don't quite know if that's enough. So he chose something pretty aggressive anyway. I'm not really worried about that. I think I still will play queen b3. I mean, what's he attacking, realistically, here? I mean, this is never going to get attacked, because it's protected. If he tries taking it, congrats, I have another one. Just gonna go queen b3, I think. Okay, so we took. Now, do I take back right away, or do I first take on b7? What's the move? I don't want to take on b7, because then he's a piece up. He can take this next with his queen. We're going to do this first. But this I might take the trade for. Although, he might take this pawn, which is the only thing that worries me. If he takes that pawn, it is pretty awkward. Actually, no, it isn't. Because let's see. Takes, check. This is mate unless he blocks with queen, so we trade off the queens, and then I just take his knight. So that's not an issue. Let's compare this. So take. I'll take the knight, you know. At that point it would be a fair exchange thus far, except I'm a pawn up. If he takes here, I obviously take the rook. He doesn't have anything else he can take from me. I'm gonna go with it. Queen takes b7. Yeah, this should be winning for me, I imagine. Okay, so we chose to capture. So like I said, I'm going to capture here first. So now I'm just up a pawn. And now he's got the option to take this in exchange for a rook and a knight. Or yep, that's what he chooses. I say rook and a knight because there's no way to protect them. Oh, I was wrong. He has this. He has that. That's fine. Okay, so he found it. So now how do I want to play it? So he's obviously looking here. I could save it by going here, but is my piece getting stuck? The queen, that is. No, he can't move that knight. I gotta remember that. I could also go here and just threaten the queen that way. Say takes. No, that's not very comfortable. Because this pawn is check. That's a very annoying pawn. We gotta protect it, I think. Do I protect with a rook? Yeah, I like that. So I'm gonna protect with a rook. Yes, I mean, eventually, if he gets to this pawn, that's check. I've got nowhere to go. Excuse me, so it's just gonna be perpetual. And then it's gonna be a draw, which I do not want, because I lose almost as many points from a draw as I do from a win. That's a good move. So I gotta chase his queen away. So I'm thinking of this. If he goes back, I take it. If he goes forward, this bishop's gonna come out. If he goes all the way here, I think I take that exchange. Well, no. I'll just take this pawn if he goes too far forward. So even king here might be his best move, because I don't think he'll have the time to, say, get the bishop out and castle. That's 3 moves. Yeah, my queen's in an uncomfortable position, but I think I won't have... Yeah, so he's going to try that. I don't think he has enough time. I'm going to go here. Oh, okay. Wow, I did not see that as even being a possibility. Gotta start here. So what I was thinking is going here and then getting the queen out, and we're okay. But he could just take that. Oh, he can't. Alright, this is fine still. I'll just trade the queens off the board like this. I forgot he's pinned. Okay. We'll do it like this. Even if I end up losing that A pawn, it's completely okay. I actually expect to lose it. Although, one variation is takes, I don't know, knight here. Rook's just going here and taking this pawn. This isn't easy for him to defend. So do I greed and take one more pawn? I kind of want to. So his knight can't really move anywhere. I think I'm just going to go here. Do I want to go here first and castle the way to safety? I'm not really feeling in danger. I might just play rook a1. Well, let me think. So it takes, whoops, sorry, boom, boom, takes, threatening the queen. I just move it here, I'm fine. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I don't think he's quite fast enough. Oh, okay. It's interesting. But I think I'm just going to push my pass pawn. Remember, this check doesn't exist. Does a very good try, though. Maybe I should have castled first. He's just going to keep trying. I mean, he had to try some sort of counterattack, but I think it's too late for him. Okay. So let's see. If I take that and get a queen, takes the queen, I take the queen, he takes, and then I'm up a rook, is what that is. If I just go here, I think that's better for me. Yeah, that's probably just better for me. Because if I take here, then it's a queen and a pawn for a knight and a queen. It's good, but it's not as good as just getting a free queen. Yeah, we're gonna promote. What a madman. Did I take this once? Maybe just here. Yeah, F3. Expected that. This was also an option. So this might be the simplest way to end. No. Maybe taking the bishop's the easiest. Although taking the bishop opens up a lot of wormholes too. I hate that this isn't over yet, and I'm 10 points up. I'm gonna take the knight. We'll just simplify things. And I've got too many pieces to lose, so I'll just simplify. His queen has no checks. I don't think I need to win this as clean as possible. I just need to secure the win, is all. So if he tries making like an escape here, we're just going to take the rook. He escapes, and I just want a rook and a knight. If he takes, then I'm going to slide my rook here, and this covers this, so that's the only way he defends himself, in which case I win a queen. Okay, he chose to lose. So I can take here for 1. I'd rather do this. Wait. Go over it one more time. Check. He has to take. Rook, check. Mate. Nope, he wants a bishop. Then I take and it's mate. Alright, we figured it out. He complicated things. As you can see, he's got his pieces full in my territory. But this is forced, unfortunately. Good game. Quick review. Yeah, I had 2 missed ones, but I was never really in danger. I mean, if you look at this graph, it's pretty one-sided. So I could have taken b7 right here. Oh, I should have. Huh? Oh, right. If you ever choose to do this, it's mate in 1. That's why that's a good move. Now he has 2 pieces hanging. That's why. So I miscalculated that. Whatever. I mean, he made the mistake again. It's no problem. I had checkmate and I missed it. Wow. Alright. I mean, I'm still winning, but it does suck a little bit because it made the game a lot more complicated. Let's see if I was ever in danger of losing. Let me see what my mistake was. Rook d1 was a mistake. Queen takes a7. So they want me taking the pawn first. That makes sense. Yeah, that's where the forced mate came in. Yeah, overall, pretty easy game, pretty quick game. Not too much to go over. I guess I did miss a mate in 1, which would have saved me a lot of headache, but end of the day, win's a win, and we're at 15-10. See you next episode.